perfect.
What up, y'all? It's just Tasha P, but y'all can call me Tasha if you want to. If you are new to this channel and you like what you see, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and also comment down below. Now, I'm asking you to do all these things. I wish I could show y'all. Anyway, I would like for you to do all these things, but I know you kind of need to get to know me first. So watch the video, live and see if you like me. And if you do, then do all that stuff. If you guys are OGs, welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you guys are here. I got Wingstop and Little Caesars. And the Little Caesars had graffiti on the outside. It didn't even have a name. Like, we pulled up and it didn't say Little Caesars.
Yes, it did.
It did not. It did not say Little Caesars. It was a building. I'm going to go back one day and show y'all. It was a building with no name, tinted windows with graffiti. That's what happened. That's what I remember. Today, we're going to talk, y'all. I'm going to eat a little bit. This was actually going to be an ASMR. But I was convinced not to. It's not ASMR. I'm going to talk. All right. So I got barbecue. I have Cajun. I've never had Cajun before. I'm going to try it. Oh. Nope. No go. It don't taste like Cajun, y'all. It just tastes like chicken with nothing on it. I realized did somebody bite this? I feel like the guy that worked there bit it. Yeah, he probably did. He was probably hungry. That's okay. So, a little over a year ago, or 2 years ago, I tried Little Caesars and I liked it. I don't know what made me think I wasn't gonna like it, but this definitely reminds me of school pizza. I usually don't do this, but I'm gonna do it. Look at that. This is gonna be my thumbnail. I don't want that. Y'all need to stop doing that. Dipping y'all pizza in ranch dressing. That big back behavior is a shame. I'm gonna do it again too. I think Elijah dips his pizza in ranch. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking for a minute and eat. Well, no, I'm not. Let me do this. Disclaimer, y'all. I wrote this stuff down because I wanted to be able to give you guys good information. This video is for educational purposes only, and it's based on personal opinions. This video is not a substitute for professional advice. If you would like professional advice, please go down to the link in the description and sign up. You get 2 weeks free from BetterHelp, and then you have to pay. It's as low as $45 and some change, or $48 and some change a week, which is equivalent to $165 a month or something like that. Let me try this barbecue. I'm gonna stop talking for a minute. You know what, y'all? I'm really in the mood for these fries and the pizza. I'm not even tripping on this chicken. I had to get some of my favorite barbecue sauce, y'all. Best ever. Go get it. Now I'm gonna have to put this on this because come on, y'all. Y'all know. Y'all need to start using this barbecue sauce or not use anything. Now I can eat. want some ranch too. Maybe. Mmm. I'm gonna start talking. I say I'm not gonna talk. I should really stop saying that. That never lasts. Okay. All right, you guys, go check out the community post. I'm going to ask for a Q&A. Somebody asked me to do a Q&A. Totally open and down to doing an updated Q&A. Please ask me relevant questions. I don't need 100,000 questions about me and my last relationship. We've established everything already, you guys. Have y'all ever had pizza with barbecue sauce? Yeah, that's barbecue pizza. Little sis. Oh, there go my little piece. He didn't bite it, y'all. Here it is. This pizza is so good to me. And I know they make it with concrete and probably ear back, but whatever. I'm gonna start, you guys. I'm gonna start. I received this from my therapist. She told me to go look at it. This is how childhood affects your love style. This can be found on YouTube. Stop, Tasha. Stop. But I'm about to give it all to you, but I'm also putting the link in the description. So according to a study, they didn't say what study, but children who have had secure relationships with their parents growing up, According to a study, children who had secure relationships with their parents growing up tend to have healthy relationships as adults, healthy interpersonal relationships. While children who have more unstable relationships with their parents tend to have more unhealthy relationship habits and instability in relationships. Well, I can attest to, I grew up in an unstable environment, and I had several unhealthy relationships in my lifetime. I can be transparent. All but the last two were unhealthy. And that doesn't mean that everything was peaches and cream after. It just means that I must have grown some, learned, and, but I still have a lot to learn. I have a lot to move through and find out. So 5 different love styles I'm going to talk about. We have pizza. Now, when I give you guys these, I want you to listen, see if you can relate, because I've seen, see if you can relate, and let me know down in the comments which one your style is, or what part was you, because I read one that I see myself, but there's some things that aren't true in that. Not everything is going to be true. And this is also an opinion of the study. Who doesn't eat this? I don't, still. Didn't eat it as a kid, don't eat it now. All right. Let me get it together. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. My stomach was hurting this morning because I ate too much. I can't eat a lot. But when something is good, I just keep going and going. Like, I probably do that with everything. I need to relax. All right, here we go. We have the avoider. We have the avoider. People who have this love style come off as distant or unengaged. For instance, you're both sitting at a movie theater, your partner reaches inward while your body is pulling away or facing away from them. They don't allow themselves to feel emotions, to protect themselves, and often feel uncomfortable when people around them show emotion. They value their personal space away from other people. If you have the avoider love style, you probably grew up in a home that didn't show much affection and put more focus on being independent and self-reliant. If you were upset by something, you may not have gotten the comfort you needed. So does this relate to any of you guys? And what do you think you can do? It's not even what do you think you can do. If you do recognize yourself in this, let's find out a way to not be that way. Because you want to live the rest of your life as your true self. And I feel like any of these styles that are negative, that we exhibit, they need to be eradicated like a bug, so we can be happy, so we can be free and peaceful. Okay, we have the vacillator. The term vacillate means to be indecisive. If you have this love style, you may tend to idealize new relationships. However, when that person starts to show any trait or behavior that you didn't imagine, you begin to doubt the relationship. As a child, you probably grew up with an unpredictable parent. Maybe they went out a lot, or they weren't around when you needed them. Whatever the case, your needs were not met by your parents or your caregivers, and they weren't around when you needed them. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Whatever the case, your needs were not met. I'm sorry, wait a minute. Whatever the case, your needs were not your parents' or caregivers' first priority. Because of this, you may have a fear of abandonment. As both a child and an adult, you also probably were very sensitive and perceptive. Even the slightest sign that someone was distancing themselves. Oh, I didn't finish this one. I'm sorry. Well, even the slightest sign that someone was distancing themselves will make a vacillator run away from them before they get ran away from. That's what I know about them because I read up. I forgot to write down what happens as a kid. Okay, so that person, wait a minute. Okay, so it's whenever that person shows any trait or behavior that you didn't imagine, you begin to doubt the relationship and you may consider leaving that relationship. As a child, you probably grew up with an unpredictable parent. Maybe they were always finding a reason to leave home, going out often, or meeting new people often, even when you needed them. Whatever the case may be, your needs weren't your parents' first priority. Because of this, you may have developed a fear of abandonment. Wait. Oh, I already read that. Girl, bye. All that getting taken out. Don't worry about it. Then we have the controller. If you have the controller love type, you probably feel the need to have control in a relationship to avoid the vulnerable, negative feelings you experienced as a child. By being in control, you can ensure that you limit your exposure to feelings like humiliation, fear, and helplessness. The one emotion that doesn't make you feel vulnerable is anger, so you may use anger to express your emotions. You may have a particular way you want things done, and when that doesn't happen, you may get angry or stressed. You probably grew up in a home where there wasn't a sense of protection when there was some kind of harm in your life. There was no one there to make sure you felt safe. You learned to be emotionally tough and how to take care of yourself. We have the pleaser. The pleaser has the main focus of making sure others around them are happy, even if it means sacrificing their wants and needs. Pleasers have a habit of monitoring the moods of others around them to make sure they are kept happy. If someone has a negative change in mood, the pleaser may have an internal struggle with feeling anxious, upset, or stressed. You may not enjoy or handle stress or conflict easily. So you may lie or do or say what the other person wants just to avoid conflict. It's often hard for a pleaser to say no. As a child, you grew up with a parent who was overly protective, angry, or critical. They may have had high standards they wanted you to meet, and if you didn't do as well as they wanted you wouldn't get a positive response from them. People usually saw you as a good kid rather than your parents giving you comfort. You actually gave them comfort. You would apologize for things that were out of your control. I don't know why I can't read. Because your parents reacted in such ways that you would do anything to avoid a negative response from them. See? Make sure you don't do this to your kids. Okay? If you're reading this and you're doing it, just stop. You can always stop. You can always become a completely different parent today. If you know you hit your kids way too damn hard or too much, you can stop doing it today and go find out what's wrong with you. Go find out why you're so hurt and angry and you are projecting and doing that to your child. Go figure it out. Because your child is going to appreciate it. And you will too. Don't nobody want to be over here hitting on that? Then we have the victim. The victim often lacks self-worth and more than likely suffers from depression or anxiety. Rather than living, they just tend to go through the motions. In relationships, it's not uncommon for them to gravitate toward a controller as they mimic what they experienced in childhood. Victims are used to complying. They find it easier, even comforting, to be with a controller to get by, as that's what they are used to. If you have the victim love style, you probably grew up in a chaotic home. You had parents that would be angry or even violent. Learning to be compliant helped keep any attention off of yourself, possibly using your imagination to escape the negativity around you. That is common with victims, as being fully present is too painful for them. That's it, y'all. I'm going to link it, like I said, so you can go read up yourself. And it's a video, actually. And it has visual cues. So if you're a visual learner, it will help you. So for me, I see myself in a couple of these, or a few things in every one of them, honestly. Even if it was the childhood thing. Some things I'm like, oh, I feel this way, but not that way, Like I said, this is just an opinion, so they probably did I'm sure they did a study. So that's a survey. So they got a bunch of people and they asked them all questions and based their opinions off of that. For me, I ain't gonna tell y'all which one I feel like I am, but I will say that whatever it may be, whichever love style you have, whatever kind of personality you have, it did come from your childhood. I used to think that I forgot everything about my childhood. And I'm realizing that now it's something. Now, at this point in my life, I'm trying to heal all my childhood trauma that I didn't even know affected me. But when I cried the other day about some stuff that happened to me, not as a kid, but as a 17-year-old, still a kid, young person, I realized that I wasn't over it. And I had never even thought about it, But I was like, oh, you're not over it. And then something else came up when I was talking to my therapist that I didn't know hurt. And I was like, what? It's crazy because if you don't talk about these things, or you just brush them to the side, or you kind of like, you take yourself out of that experience, like you never experienced it, you never deal with it. You got to go deal with it. You got to go deal with it so you don't go hurting other people. And so you won't be hurt anymore. Come on, who don't want to be hurt? Who wants to be happy? Everybody wants to be happy. And the only thing holding us back from happiness is old wounds. Get rid of them old wounds. Let's get rid of them old wounds, because old wounds, can be opened up again if you don't take care of them. I'm finished. Hopefully I got enough in this video because I ate as much as I could. I don't want to tell y'all too much because I want to kind of give you guys just a little bit of my experience. I'm going to tell you guys things that have happened in my life because I choose to, and it's going to be healing for me, but I want to kind of take it slow because I'm taking it slow with myself. That's it. I love you guys. Let me give you a quote. Well, I mean, this is kind of what I just said. So I kind of don't want to leave y'all. It says, learn to heal properly, or you may find old wounds bleeding into your present. Absolutely. And you know, sometimes sometimes a situation can appear and make all of your old wounds come out. Or like, I think for me, I am tired. You know, that's what it is. I'm tired of having this cloud or having had a cloud sometime. I don't want it no more. I don't deserve it either. So they so ghetto over here. So ghetto. That's it. I love y'all. Bye.